Hi friends. In this video we will discuss about preparation strategy for RBI Grade B 2019 exam, and as the 2018 recruitment is under process, and many of my subscribers, they have cracked the exam and they are appearing for RBI Grade BDR interview, and it's a great pleasure to hear from them that how my channel helped them, and I hope that this will also help you a lot. So let's come to the topic. In this video, I will discuss about the preparation strategy for the part 1, part 2 and the interview, as well as I'll discuss about the cutoff marks for phase 1 and phase 2 exam, and a little bit about syllabus and how you should go through it. So if we see, you have around 6 months time for the grade BDR 2019 exam. Generally, RBI publish the notification in the month of either January or either June or July. So you have around 6 months time for preparation of a grade BDR exam, which is a quite good time amount of time for preparation of such a tough exam. So let's start with, so first we should see the eligibility criteria, and if you are eligible then it's okay that you should prepare for it, and otherwise you should not be uh, feeling bad. There are several other exams which you can appear for. So let's start with the eligibility criteria for RBI Grade BDR exam. So first, age limit. What they wrote in the previous notification is that minimum age is 21 years and maximum is 30 years. The notification was published in the month of June, so they took the cutoff of 31st May 2018. Similarly, the cutoff date may be different, but the minimum age is 21 to 30 years. And for the candidates possessing MPhil and PhD qualifications, they have given 2 years for the MPhil and 4 years for the PhD qualification relaxation. And the RBI also gives the other as a relaxation as per the uh, eligibility of according to your reservation category. Say for OBC, SC, ST, they will give certain kind of age limit relaxation, which you can see in the detailed recruitment advertisement. Then we come to the educational qualification. The educational qualification for grade BDR is you need to be throughout 60%. That means you should have 60% marks in your bachelor's degree as well as in your 12th and 10th standard examination. They have given a 5% relaxation for the candidates who are from SC, ST, and PWD. And it for those candidates who are getting marks in GPA or CGPA, the RBI gives the conversion factors. Generally, they take the conversion as scale 10. So 10 CGPA is 100%. So those who are getting 6 CGPA and above can apply. And further, you should also see the notification that you can decide from the notification that the what is the conversion criteria for the CGPA. Now let's see the exam pattern. So if you have already appeared for RBI Grade B exam, then you would be aware. And for those who are appearing first time or those who want to appear in 2019 or 2020, they should see that the exam is conducted in phase 1, which is a qualifying exam only. This is a screening exam only. Once you have qualified in phase 1 exam, you need to appear for phase 2 exam. This phase 2 exams marks are considered for merit, and those who qualify the phase 2 exam are called for the interview. So The interview is for 50 marks, and unlike SEBI, RBI does not have any minimum marks uh, to qualify in interview. So marks in phase 2 and interview are considered for final merit preparation. That we'll see in next part. So let's see the phase 1 preparation strategy. The paper for phase 1 is for screening purpose only, because generally the candidates are the number of candidates applying for grade BDR exam are very large. So the RBI wants to screen out those who are serious candidate. So they conduct a phase 1 exam in which they select a number of candidates which they want to appear for phase 2 exam. So this paper is for screening purpose only. Then the paper contains 200 MCQs, and you are given 120 minutes or 2 hours time to attempt 200 MCQs. Then they have the negative marking for the wrong answers. Generally, the you are given 5 options, and the last option is none of these. And negative marking is generally 0.25 or 25%. And the paper contains 4 sections, which are general awareness, English language, quantitative aptitude, and reasoning. For general awareness, and which I have experienced and I have discussed with several grade BDR aspirants and those who are working as grade BDR in Reserve Bank of India and who have appeared in last 1 2 years. And with the discussion with them, I found that you need to have the preparation of last 6 months grade the general awareness questions. So if we expect that the notification will be released in the month of June, so you should start preparing for general awareness from the month of December onwards. So you should start preparing the chief ministers of recently uh, in the recent elections in 5 states, the state of Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, then Telangana, and Chhattisgarh, and Mizoram. And from that onward, you can start preparing for the general awareness. I also upload general awareness videos, and in the last exam, several questions were asked from my videos, and the previous aspirants also appreciated my videos. So you can follow my videos on general awareness also. In addition to that, you should also read one good newspaper, which I generally prefer or I generally suggest is Business Standard or The Mint. For grade BDR exams, these newspapers are good. Financial Express and all these newspapers are good for UPSC preparation. Then I'll suggest that you watch this FAQs on RBI website. And one more thing which I will suggest that you go and see my videos, and I'm also giving the link in the description box, that the secret methods to score more in RBI Grade B exam. Last year I uploaded that video very late, and many candidates they complained that if I had uploaded that video earlier, they could have got good marks. So please watch that video so that it would be very helpful for you. And if you prepare according to that video, you will be getting good marks. Then we have the English language. So generally, I suggest that for the general English, you should study Lucent and read news articles online, because when we read hard copies, it is easy for us. Then we have when we appear for the exam, you have to read on the computer screen. So those who are not in the habit of reading online, it will be very difficult for them to concentrate. Generally, when we are reading on hard copies, we underline, we put our pen on this, we underline certain words which is not possible when you are reading it online. So I'll suggest that you start reading at least one or two newspaper articles online every day, so that you will inculcate the habit of reading online, and your comprehensive skill of will also increase. And try to read good newspaper, good books also. And for the quantitative aptitude, which I'll discuss in detail when we will discuss about the cut-off marks in phase 1, I'll tell you that how you should prepare for quantitative aptitude, which is playing a crucial role in last 2 3 exams. Many candidates they could not clear the grade BDR phase 1 because of the quantitative aptitude section. So I suggest that you should buy the Quicker Maths by M. Tyra. And other thing is that the only success mantra in quantitative aptitude is practice and more practice. That's gonna help you in the quantitative aptitude part. And for reasoning, I suggest that you buy any good book on reasoning. And generally, the candidates prefer is the verbal and non-verbal reasoning by R.S. Agrawal, and practice books by R.S. Agrawal or Kiran publication. You can buy from them and start preparing, start practicing. First, you should prepare on hard copies, and once you are good on hard copies, then there are several free online tests also which you can go through and appear. So this is the part 1 preparation strategy, and we'll also discuss in detail when we'll discuss about the cutoff marks for the phase 1. Then we have phase 2 exam, which is very important because it affects your selection in the RBI Grade B DR, as well as it decides your rank in the batch, your seniority in your batch. This paper consists of 3 papers. Paper 1, which is economic and social issues. Paper 2, English writing skills. And paper 3, finance and management. The paper will be of objective types for economic and social issues as well as in finance and management. And for the English, what they will give you, you will have to type the answer in the computer system. They will give you a box, and above below the question there will be a box, and you will have to type the answer in the box on the computer screen. So there will not be any kind of paper pen exam. And then the time they have given is 90 minutes for paper 1, 90 minutes for paper 2, and 90 minutes for paper 3. And the marks are 100 each in 3 papers. And all the question papers will be in bilingual except the English language, which will be in English only. Then once you are selected and cleared the phase 2 exam, then comes the interview. So after the phase 2 exam, if you are lucky, you get some time. Otherwise, many candidates they appear in the interview in the next week after the completion of after the declaration of phase 2 result. So you should simultaneously start preparing for interview also. So for the interview, I'll give you certain tricks and certain things which you should keep in mind, which will be very handy when you will appear for the interview. So first, start reading a good business newspaper, and I generally prefer or suggest is Business Standard, The Mint, or Financial Express, which is good for interview. Then, if possible, watch interviews of top personalities in business world on CNBC TV 18, generally on Saturdays or Sundays during the evening time or prime time, which they call. They interview certain good personalities from the economic background or from finance background or from top business class. So these people, they discuss about the current happenings, current improvements or current requirements in the financial sectors or business sectors. This will change your thinking. This will help you in finding out that how you should think and how you should answer when you are asked the question. So this will be of great help. Generally, what happens, we know the answer, but we do not know how to answer. So if you'll do this for 2 3 months, your personality will completely change. Then I'll suggest that start reading about latest happenings in the field of your education, your sports, your current organization, and your hobby. When I discussed with the grade B candidates, those who appeared for the interview, they told me that majority of the questions were related to their education, their career interest, their organization, and their hobbies. But they were not able to answer these questions very properly. So you should focus on these topics when you are reading newspapers. So suppose somebody is interested in badminton, then they should read that what's happening in the badminton, which are the new tournaments in the badminton, which are the new players who have won the recent tournaments. And suppose if you are working in Infosys, and then who is the new Infosys CEO whom they have appointed? What's his view about the your organization? So all these things, and later on, what happens after the declaration of phase two exam and you are selected for the interview? Then you start preparing for these topics. Then, although you may memorize them, but your confidence will not be that high, which you can get if you start preparing from the month of December itself and you have prepared for 6 months. Then this is the proven strategy, and generally, if you say that I have read some various books and attended several sessions by different personalities, what they suggest that if you want to improve your personality, if you want to get some exposure, you have to come out of your comfort zone. And one of the seminars, they told that we should interact a new different person every day. It may be in your office, it may be in your neighborhood, it may be in your college, but try to interact with a new person every day. Generally, what we do, we have a group of close friends, we discuss with them only. Then our ideas, our thinking will be according to that group only. But when you discuss with the different personalities, different people, your style of thinking, your style of discussion, your style of approach will completely change. You start doing it for, say, 2 months, and then the people will start observing that your personality has evolved a lot. So, this is my personal suggestion, which you will not find in many books, but this is very helpful. This will help you a lot during your interview, as well as this is a long lasting effect on your personality. And then I'll suggest that you should read some good books if you like. And these books may be fiction or non-fiction books. Generally, not necessary that you read the I Do What I Do by Raghuram Rajan, and all these books are not necessary. If you are interested, you can read these books. But if you are not interested, it is not mandatory that you should read such kind of books. If you like the Five Mistakes of My Life or Half Girlfriend, read those books. Don't be afraid that they are not going to help you. They will help you during your interview. Then the important part which we are discussing, you may or may not believe, but I met five, six candidates who got good grades, but they could not qualify the quant cutoff. And you will be surprised to see what was the quant cutoff for the part 1 in 2017. See, for general category, the quant cutoff was only 4. So you can imagine that if a candidate is not getting 4 out of 30, then what could be the toughness of the exam? Then these are the cutoffs. Say for general, it was general awareness, it was 16.5. For reasoning, it was 11. For English, it is 6.75. For quant, it is 4. And total, it was 78. So, maximum candidates, good candidates, they could not qualify the quant exam. And when I discussed with them and with those who got selected in the quant, and they got some candidates got 10, 15 also. So I found that those candidates who could not qualify the quant were those who got stuck in the first one or two questions, and they wasted their entire time in those two questions, and later on they get to know that they do not have time. So what they did, they clicked one two three questions and they jumped to the other areas like general awareness or reasoning. In that way they could not complete the quant section. But the other candidates who got 10 marks or 12 marks in the quant exam, they told me that they flipped through all the 30 questions in quant, and they first answered those questions which were easy. Generally, in a set of 5 or 6 questions, you will find that there are one or two questions which are completely easy, and the other 3 4 questions are tough. So, sorry, what we do when we get stuck in the first two questions, we try to solve them and we waste our complete time. Instead of that, if you flip over the questions and you find that 7 8 questions, you will find definitely those questions will be easy. So try to first solve those 7 8 questions, then you will get the confidence that okay, I have solved 7 8 questions. Now, as you have seen all the 30 questions, then jump to those questions which are moderately tough, not very tough. Then you will be able to solve 5 or 6 more questions. In that way, you would be able to solve around 17 to 18 questions. So once you have solved 17 or say 15 questions in quant, your chances of clearing the cutoff will be very high. Then jump to the other sections which are very scoring, like general awareness, which has around 80 questions. But you can solve all those 80 questions in say 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Maximum 15 minutes you can solve all those 80 questions. Once you have done quant and the general awareness, then jump to reasoning. In reasoning also there will be certain puzzles which will be very tough. And what the candidates do, they have solved some kind of puzzles, and when they see that kind of puzzles in the exam, they get emotional and they want to do that puzzle first. And many a time these puzzles will be tough. So what you do, your internal mindset say that I've done such kind of puzzles at the time of preparation, and I can do that puzzle. And you waste your time in that puzzle. So my personal suggestion will be that instead of wasting the time in the puzzles which you have solved, there will be other kind of questions which will be very easy. So you should not waste your time in some questions. Start flipping and first do the questions which are easier, then moderately tough, and then the tough questions if you get the time. Similarly, the English, they have made it a tough part in last 2 3 exams. So you can imagine the kind of toughness if a candidate is getting 6.7.75% 75 marks out of 30, and they are able to clear the cutoff. So in English also, generally the candidates who scored, they scored in the English comprehension part. Because if you have read the newspaper for 5 6 months, you have read good books, then this part will be very easy for you. So you will be able to score around 7 to 8 questions. I'm just taking very conservative view. So you'll be getting around 6 7 marks in the English comprehensive part. Then uh, if those candidates who are not good in English, they also get 3 4 marks in the grammar also. So in that way, you can solve 10 questions very easily. Then you focus on the parajumble and all these questions, and then you can solve 5 6 questions also. So overall, if you complete 18 to 20 questions with good efficiency, then you have done your job. In that way, you start your preparation. Once you first you focus on the preparation, and then when you are solving the exam or the, I'll say that the practice test, you should try to incorporate the strategy. My strategy may not be the uniform strategy across all the candidates. There may be other strategies also which will be helpful for you also. So try to prepare one strategy that how you will be able to solve all the 200 questions and how you will be able to attempt all the 4 sections and how you will be able to clear the cutoff. And this cutoff may be lower, but you should target that the cutoff will be at least 25%. So generally in English you need to get at least 7.75 marks, and in quant also you need to get 7.75 marks. So that you need to target. And in quant also, I'll suggest that 2 3 type of questions you should focus, like the series type of questions, which you'll find that there is a series like 1, then 8, then 27, like that. Then you'll find that these kind of series, if you have done hundreds of such questions, and then your mind will get to know that okay, if this kind of series is not applicable, then what can be the different series. So try to do at least 100 to 200 series type of questions, then around 50 to 60 probability type of questions. So these 2 sections you should prepare well, and then the other topics you should also prepare. So in that way you should approach the quant section. Then we'll see that how was the cutoff in 2018 exam, which has just taken place. In that, you will see that the cutoff was around 25% for the general category. That, as we were discussing the quant and English, the cutoff was 7.5. and for the OBC it was 20%. Similarly, for SC, ST, and PW, the cutoff was lower. So you should focus at least 25% marks, or rather, I say that for the safer side, at least 40% or 30% marks you should need to get in to clear the cutoff marks. Let's see what was the cutoff for the 2016 and 2015. The cutoff for 2016 and 15 was similar to that was in 2018. So the candidates who were getting at least 25% marks in the general category, they were able to clear the cutoff, and for the OBC and SC/ST, it was lower. So overall, if you'll see that the overall cutoff was 98.5 for the in both the years, and it was 105.75 in 2018. So overall cutoff has increased in 2018. So this may be due to the simple questions in general awareness part. Now let's see the cutoff of phase 2 exam. So here we since the 2018 exam has not been marks have not been declared, so we'll see it in 2015, 16 and 17. In 2017, in phase 2 exam, which was of total 300 marks, so if a general candidate got 196.75, they were called for the interview. And for the OBC candidate, it was 181.75, and SC, ST 175.75. And final recruitment was on the basis of phase 2 marks as well as interview marks. In that way, the total marks was 350. So the candidates who got 245.75 in general category, he was selected for the grade B post. Similarly, in OBC, SC, and ST. Although in 2016, the cutoff in phase 2 was also low, as we saw in phase 1 also. So you should target and prepare according to these cutoffs. So the candidates who are appearing from general category, they should at least target to get 210 marks in the phase 2 exam, so that it will be easier for them to clear. If you are getting 196.75, then you need to get very good grades, at least 49 marks in interview, which is very tough job. So the interview marks are not in your hand. So the phase 2 exam, written exam marks are in your hand. So the more you get in the phase 2 exam, the lesser you have to worry about interview marks. Now we'll see the syllabus of phase 2. In this video, I have taken the topics only. The detailed syllabus you can see in the description box. I have highlighted the main topics in black color. So in the economic and social issues, you need to read about the growth and development, poverty alleviation and employment generation in India, economic reforms in India, then balance of payment, export import policy, international economics institutions like IMF, World Bank, WTO, social structure in India, Indian political system, human development. So these are the main topics that you have to prepare. And if you want the videos on these topics, these videos are available in my YouTube channel. You can see the playlist. There you will find majority of these topics, and I'll be updating these topics in coming 1 or 2 months. And as per the suggestions I received from my last viewers who appeared in the last year exam. They suggested some changes, so which I am incorporating in the coming videos. And I had also prepared one video according to these topics, that where you should can get the complete detailed material according to the page number also, that in which book, which page number this material is available. If it is online, then what is the link of the online page. So that the detailed video you can see in my videos. So that will be very helpful for you to find out the material. Otherwise, RBI has suggested around 5 6 books. So it will be tough job to search all those books and read all those books. Then we have the English, which is the writing skills. So this paper is on English. It's framed in a manner to assess the writing skills, including expression and understanding of the topic. Generally, RBI asks summary writing, letters writing, essays, circulars, reports, official notes, etc. So try to read them online, and once you are reading good newspapers and all these things, you will get your vocabulary will increase, your sentence formation will increase, improve, and in that way it is going to help you in your English language also. You can read various online books are available also on how to prepare these topics. Then we have the last paper 3, which is finance and management. So let's first see the finance part. In the finance, there are three broad topics, which are financial system, financial market, and general topics. And I have also prepared videos on these topics also. Majority of the topics have been covered, and the various videos have been appreciated a lot by my previous subscribers, like video on the risk management in bank, my video on capital market, prime money market, and capital market, and then basics of derivatives and role of RBI in inflation management. So these were some videos which were highly appreciated. I got various emails from my subscribers which motivated me a lot, and such kind of applause or appreciations gives you the boost to make good videos, to read various books, and try to find out the topics, try to make the topics simpler for the aspirants. I'm very thankful to my subscribers who appreciated me on those top videos, and I hope that you'll also be appreciating my videos, and you will also be giving me your genuine feedback on my email ID, which is prishaacademy at gmail.com. Prisha Academy spelling is same, at the rate gmail.com. So now see the syllabus for finance and management. The management, the syllabus is lengthy, but if you see the broad topics which are management, its nature and scope, the management process, the role of manager in an organization, leadership, human resource development, concept of HRD, goals of HRD, performance appraisal, training and development, motivation, corporate governance. So, friends, I hope that the video would be helpful for you, and it will help you in preparing the Grade B Phase 2 exam. And this channel is completely dedicated for the Grade B preparation. Thanks for watching the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and try to send your genuine feedback on my email ID, that is prishaacademy at gmail.com. Thanks and all the best for your preparation.